couple of the best times in the state this year as well. So this can be a very, very competitive race, Tom.
Absolutely. And Terry Prentice was the two-time state champion last year in the 110 hurdles and in the long jump, and he qualified for this Masters meet in both. Not only is Terry Prentice, he's an accomplished, he is 5th fastest in the history of the state in the 110 hurdles with his best from last year of 13.59. Now, Terry Prentice is going to be going to USC, which also recruited another fine sprint hurdler, Oscar Spurlock. Now, we move over to Trevor Haberstad. This rivalry will be going on a long time because Trevor's going to go to Washington State and run against Prentice probably for 4 years. Haberstad is he's a multi-event specialist, White, so he's going to be going to Washington State working with Rick Sloan, who coached Dan O'Brien and Diana and Julie Pickler, who could be 2 of the top 3 heptathletes at the NCAA. Is a great multi-event star, Trevor Haberstad. And to his immediately to his right is Zion Babb, whose father, Lance Babb, was a tremendous hurdler, and then Zion was a terrific football player and he's supposed to be matriculating to the University of Michigan. And you can see 33 catches for 811 yards and 13 touchdowns.
So a multi-sport and multi-talented athlete, and so oftentimes these receivers, we see them on the track as hurdlers. Earl McCullough comes immediately to mind, having done that as well.
And Teddy Gibbs Jr., who was drafted number 9 in the draft, went to Ohio State, was also a tremendous sprint hurdler, one of the fastest, in fact, in the history of high school track and field. So the action certainly in the middle of the track, and I'm very interested to see Haberstad, who will also be doubling back in the 300 hurdles as well.
We always say track is great cross-training for football, for you football coaches out there who are listening and are questioning that. Good for these kids to go out and stretch their stride and do technical events as we get now ready for the boys' 110-meter hurdles. Away cleanly in lane 6. Trevor Haberstad got a great start, but here comes Trevor Prentice. And next to him, that is Zion Babb running well. It is Prentice, and Prentice is going to win this race going away. An easy victory there, but Zion Babb looked to come up for 2nd place.
And a pretty decent time, 13.81 for Prentice, a little bit off the 13.77, and you can see in the head-on, Prentice there in the blue and black, Babb to his left, very powerful hurdler, Babb. Prentice has got terrific technique, and he hit that hurdle a little bit. That slowed him down. Haberstad struggled throughout. Prentice, though, has great extension, Dwight. And out there in lane number 7 or 8, that was Maurice Shaw or Ken Shaw that had a nice finish there.
Strange technical thing with the left arm on Zion Babb. I'm sure his dad has probably tried to work on that, but they get these strange little quirks sometimes at this level. Just a few more.
Tap. Now, Joshua Anderson last night missed by 0.02 of a second of breaking George Porter's venerable, and I mean venerable, 25-year-old record in the 300-meter hurdles. And this is not Anderson's best event, but he could challenge Prentice. And then Zion Babb, Jim, you got a little story on him.
Yeah, Zion Babb from Alhambra is not just a great track runner, of course, as you can see his numbers are pretty good. He ran a 13.94. It was 2nd to Prentice last week, but he might be actually a better football player. Wide receiver on the Alhambra football team, 800 yards and 13 touchdowns, and he's actually going to Michigan on a football scholarship. So you have 3 guys here. Prentice, who's going to SC to run track, Joshua Anderson, who's going to go to Washington State on a football scholarship, and Zion Babb, who's going to Michigan on a football scholarship. This takes me back to the mid and late 90s. We had all those football players in the boys' 100-meter final.
Amen. And just another little note, Trevor Haberstad out in lane 8. He's from Canyon Country Canyon, coached by Mark Creer, an Olympic silver and bronze medalist at the 110 hurdles. Haberstad's planning on rooming with Joshua Anderson at Washington State next year. Haberstad will be coached by Rick Sloan.
You think Bill Doba's watching this race? We're underway. Babb is in 3, Anderson in 4, and Prentice is in lane 5. And it looks like it's Prentice right now in lane 5, and it is. Prentice alone in front. Prentice in 5 wins.
Wow, 13:53. There must be something in the water here, Jim. The times are fantastic. And Rashad Smith, who we didn't mention from Pinole Valley, moved up very, very. Here they are coming out of the blocks. I'm sorry, Jim. And you see, it's a wind-aided performance. You can see Prentice in the white. He's got great technique, powerful hurdler. Really snaps down well on those hurdles, uses his arms very well. You can see to his outside in the high socks, though, Rashad Smith was really coming on, but Prentice half of the way there to defending his double from last year.
Terry Prentice wins the boys 110 hurdles. Rashad Smith was second, and it looked like Zion Babb got up for third.
Hi. On the far left, it's Henry Hines, the winner of the long jump.